With the incoming Switch 2 console, there are an absolute ton of games available to play from the Switch 1 library. As a majority of Switch 1 games work on the Switch 2 console, we have a huge starting library for this launch. A lot of these games have minor and major updates. These range from patches to get the Switch 1 games running on Switch 2, controller function updates such as the GameCube controller and Switch 2 Pro controllers, or the more significant game upgrade versions of Switch 2 games. In this video, we're going to have a big dive into these games and where you can look for the best deals for them. Whilst you're here, make sure to subscribe for more Switch content and check out our community Switch 2 playlist with tons of great information and updates all about the Switch 2. Let's go! We all like free stuff, right? Well, all of these Switch 1 games have free updates to enhance the experience of them on the Switch 2. The updates range from quality control, frame rate and general bug fixes. Because these are Switch 1 based games, you might be able to pick these up at great prices at the moment, especially on used copies of these games. It's always worth shopping around rather than going with the first prices you see on the internet. Here's the list of all of these games that have free updates and the prices I've found for them online so far. Again though, do shop around, you may find better deals. The first game is Arms, a one-on-one battle game where you fire arms at each other. It's a real good fun. It can be quite challenging as well, so it might be worth an interest one if you've never played it. It was one of the first sort of games coming out the first year of the Switch. You can pick this up for about £20 used, around £45 on Amazon at the moment. Big Brain Academy, Brain vs Brain. £18 used copies are available online at the moment. It's quite a nice, another little fun, test your brain, test your memory sort of game. It was from a series that ran on the 3DS originally. Kind of fun, we'll have a look. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, a puzzle-based game based from the Captain Toad mode from Mario Wii U, I believe. Well, yeah, one of those, Wii U. That sounds right. You can find this about £30 used at the moment at Kex, and I found it for £35 on the My Nintendo store at the moment, so that's probably the best deal you'll find for it. But if you want a physical copy, good luck with that one. Clubhouse Games, 51 worldwide classics, including things like chess and backgammon and lots of other really weird board game sort of style things. It's a real nice looking game. It's really pretty. But I found it for about £22 on Kex, CEX, whatever you want to call it, and £30 digital download. So, it's pretty decent, and it's got upgrades for the Switch 2. Ever wanted to build your own game? Why not pick up Game Builder Garage? It's about £18 used, but I found it for about £20 on Amazon anyway, so it's not too bad for the price as it is. You basically put together, make your own game with this game. It's really fun, and it's a great way to get kids into programming as well, and maybe learn to make their own games and stuff like that. Okay, maybe adults as well. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is also gets its own free upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. It's around £35 used, but I found it in various places for £40, as to Argos and Amazon online, so there might be lots of other options on that one. Real popular game, great game series, 4-player Mario Bros game, what more could you ask for? Significant one this one, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, £35 used, £37.99 on Argos and Currys. Great deal, pick it up, that's a great deal for the Pokemon game. There was a video of it on the My Nintendo app. It looks fantastic and is running so much better than the original Switch version. I think this could be an absolute game changer for the Pokemon games on this console. Well worth picking up. Super Mario World and Bowser's Fury. £35 used, £37.99 at Argos Currys again. Another amazing game on the Switch. The Super Mario World on its own, with the Cat Mario power-ups and things, is a great game, especially multiplayer 4 players. But Bowser's Fury, as a single-player game, it's short, but it's so sweet. It's such a great-looking, amazing game. There's not much to it. They've tried to put Mario puzzles into one big open area and in one section. They've made it a boss fight mechanic turn up into it, with Bowser being the big Bowser bossy thing in the middle. And it's really fun. I did a whole playthrough of this ages ago. I do recommend checking it out. I'll leave a link in the description. Super Mario Odyssey. Odyssey is also a fantastic game. It's another 3D Mario game that's come out for the console. I found it for about £32 used, but the game collection Argos have it for around £35 to £37. Again, these deals are great prices. These are great times to pick up Switch 1 games. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. This is a game where you play as Zelda rather than Link. It uses lots of mechanics of the echoes and using enemies from the Zelda series as your allies. It's a real fun made game. It's really pretty, beautiful run game, and I'm hoping that the frame rate is even better on the Switch 2 version. So let's see how that improves in this game. This will be one we can definitely see the improvement on. There's definitely areas on this game where it struggled to run, so it'll be interesting to see how the update on this game runs. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Very similar to Echoes of Wisdom, but this is the whole one that was on the Game Boy originally. It's been re-enhanced, remade for the Switch. It's about £32 used, £48 on eBay was probably the cheapest actual version I could find. $54.99 at Curry still. I think that's still quite expensive for a game that's been out for quite a while. Very popular game, very good game, don't get me wrong. Maybe worth waiting a little bit longer on that one for the price to drop. But the £32 used is probably what I'd probably go for on that one if you have no problem with used prices. Okay, now we're going to get into the chargeable updated versions, which have extra features, extra adaptations to the games, extra things added to enhance the experience on the Switch 2, but also more content as well. Some of these are a little bit pricey, some of them are free in places, technically speaking. Some are very expensive and I'd probably avoid, but we'll see what you think. Let's go. The first with a chargeable upgrade is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is about £38 used, or £44 to £45 I found it for at Argos and Currys. Both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which I'll go into in a second, have upgrade versions which are basically free if you have Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass. If you have the Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass, you actually get this for free as an upgrade. The frame rate is so much more improved on this version of the game. The main significant area that there was problems with the Switch 1 version was in the forest area with the Deku Tree. It ran so poorly on the Switch in that area because there was so much going on all at once. Seeing the Switch 2 version of this running, it is such an improvement. It really looks amazing. I can't wait to play this game in 4K as well and see how pretty it is on those displays. If you haven't got Nintendo Switch Online, you can pay for an upgrade for about £7.99, £8. Makes the full price of the whole game about £45 to £52. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is also the same sort of thing. You can get this game for about £42 to £45 on Argos Currys and some used prices. Again, there is an upgrade for about £7.99. Very much the same sort of features as Breath of the Wild. Lots of updated frame rate issues that have been solved. Lots of other little cleaned aspects of it that have been done to make the game run better. And again, it's also free with the Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass if you have that as well. So it's an added extra to have these two games running on the Switch 2 versions, which is a nice little upgrade if you're already a member of that system. Full price around £49 to £52 at the moment if you include those used and prices for the Argos Corries version with the upgrade. So it's not actually too bad for the game. That makes it a full game for about full price I would pay for a normal game for the Switch. It's not too bad. This one's got a huge update. This is Super Mario Party Jamboree TV. I had a lot of varying prices on this. The cheapest I found was the Game Collection, had it for £36.95. Curry's had it for about £37. Argos had it for about £40. And AO had it for about £40 as well. So there are some sort of the same prices around there. So it's not too bad though for if you can pick up this cheap version for the upgrade. The upgrade is unfortunately £16.99, which is quite a steep amount for a DLC, essentially. It does add Jamboree TV, which is another new game mode on the console. It's mainly for 4 players to play on the console with each other. It uses the functions of the camera on this though as well. And if you're spending the £70 for the Nintendo official one, this is going to make this a very expensive game. This is going to make this game £122, I think I worked it out as. So that's a lot of money to stump in one go. I honestly would probably wait on this one and wait for the price to go down a lot more. Maybe look for a cheaper option on the camera, might get you around this. A lot of the mini games use the camera on this game, so I think it looks like it's being needed for this whole thing to function, which is a little bit of a disappointment on this, if I'm honest. I was hoping for much more boards and things to be updated on this game rather than a new mode as such, but maybe I'll be surprised and maybe it'll be quite a fun game to play. But there you go. Kirby and the Forgotten Land and Starcross World. About £36.95 on the Game Collection. Argos have it for about £38 at the moment. Again, this is another one with quite a steep, expensive DLC pack for about £16.99, making the whole game about £50 to £60. To be honest, the Kirby and the Forgotten Land game is a beautiful looking game. I do recommend checking that one out. It's not one as I've actually picked up yet, so that might be one I'll look into in the future, but if I can pick it up for about £38, that's not too bad, to be honest. But I've never been really that massive in the Kirby series myself, so maybe it won't appeal to me, but it may appeal to one of you guys. And the Starcross World is a whole new section to the whole game. I'm not sure how big that is in terms of worth DLC, paying $16.99 for it, but maybe we can wait on that, see a few videos, see if it's worth picking up and go from there on that one. There's a few third-party games that have added extra upgrades as well, which I'll just add in on this. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma has a upgraded version. The whole game itself is about £44.95. I couldn't find a price for the update though online at the moment. Not sure if it's going to have some free parts and some paid parts, but it's about £45 to £50 at the moment for all of it. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is about £55 on AO. I found it on the Switch 1 version. There's a £10 upgrade to the Switch 2 version, which enhances the gameplay and also the frame rate. Again, not too sure about paying £10 for a frame rate upgrade. We should be getting this for free, I think, personally, but hey ho, it is what it is. But if you want interest in that game, £10 for the upgrade. Fantasy Life, The Girl Who Steals Time. It's like a sort of you do different lives and take on different jobs, and it has like a weird story-based thing in the background of it. It's a very confusing game. It's about £35 on Argos and Game Collection at the moment. The upgrade is TBC, but they expect to be around £2 to £3, so nothing too much for an upgrade. Makes the game about less than £40. I think that's pretty reasonable, to be fair. I commend the Fantasy Life people for actually making this such a cheap upgrade. This is the price it should be if it's not free. Patch updates. Okay, so just a quick one, because this has just come in fairly recently, not today. I don't have much information on it, but there's a few patch updates as well. So if you're not interested in the game updates for these games so far that have already been announced, there are some patch updates just to the actual update of the version already. Tears of the Kingdom is one of those. It has added support for Nintendo Switch 2, added support for Champion Amiibo, added support for Portuguese Brazilian language, and some gameplay enhancements already, not including the stuff you added for the Switch 2 version as well, to improve frame rate and other experiences on Switch 2. There's also the same for Zelda Breath of the Wild, literally exactly the same, added support for Switch 2, Champion Amiibo, Portuguese Brazilian language, several other gameplay enhancements. I'll quickly go through these ones. Pikmin 3 has a weird thing. They've got an issue with a screen flickering reduction on Switch 2 versions. Apparently there's been a few bugs in getting the Switch 2 version working on there. The demo version hasn't been fixed yet. Apparently it has this flickering issue on the demo version of Pikmin 3 already. So if you wanted to see what the issue is all about, go look at the demo version really quickly before they update it. But this looks like it's going to be fixed for the Switch 2 main version, so if you're going to be playing that, check that, we will fix for you. Super Mario Wonder has had several amendments to improve gameplay on the Switch 2. So has Kirby's Dream Buffet, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And there we have it. That's all of the games that have updates so far. There are some names that are missing off that list, I think it's quite significant. There's no online multiplayer games on there, such as Mario Kart 8. I appreciate there is Mario Kart World, so that kind of makes some sense. But there's no Splatoon 2 or 3, which I think is a game that probably needs those updates very significantly. Any shooter needs a higher frame rate. We need that, Nintendo. Let's sort this out quickly. Smash Brothers as well, another one that could do so much with a much better frame rate running game. That could be a real significant game for an online game. If they can get that running perfectly, that would be amazing. Let's see more of that, please, Nintendo. Get those fixed, get them done. Animal Crossing is also one that hasn't actually been featured as a game update version, which is strange because that's so popular. What I hate with Animal Crossing is how they just left it and just done nothing with it. That game should have continuous updates for the rest of its cycle for the next 5 to 10 years. They could make so much out of that game, but they just left it after a year. Very strange decision if you ask me on that one, but no significant updates for that game so far, but maybe in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But other than that, that's all we have on the list so far. What do you make of the game lists on here? Do you think there should be further updates for these games? Once you start playing these games, why don't you come back to this video and tell me how they run? How is it a better experience with the Switch 2 updates? Or would you rather go back to the Switch 1 games and just play them instead? Hit me up in the comments, let me know, and let's enjoy the games we got though, because there's such a great library of games out on this Switch 2 launch. I wish you all a very happy launch day. I hope it all goes very well for you all. I hope you play all the games you wish to love. I am now going to go and watch about 1 billion music videos about Deltarune and all the other Switch 2 games that are coming out very soon. But if you have any questions on the Switch 2, any other further issues which you want to address, please put them in the comments. I'll come back to you. I've been promoting lots of things on my Facebook page at the moment, on Twitter, on Discord, on Blue Sky. We're everywhere at the moment trying to get this Switch 2 stuff working. I'm trying to help as many people as I can getting the best out of this console, getting the best experience out of it, and saving some money in places. That's what we need to do together. Let's not pay the big prices they want for these games. Let's find the best deals and get some better deals for everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. I do appreciate it as always. If you've enjoyed this, you may also enjoy my Switch 2 guide and my other Switch 2 videos. Check them out in the playlist in the description or in the corner of this video up here. Dada, thank you, Future Jack. And if you could please subscribe and come back to me in the future for further videos, I would very much appreciate it. We have a Paper Mario series nearing completion. That I've completed all that so far. I'm just editing up the videos. They'll be dropping soon, so come and check those out in the future. And we'll have plenty of Switch 2 content throughout the next few weeks on the channel. Look out for live streams, videos, chats, podcasts. I'm on the Rapid Reviews podcast once again this Sunday. Please go and subscribe and check them out, and we will see you all very soon. Thank you all everyone for watching. Happy gaming. Ciao for now. Bye bye. The update. It's very rare that you'll get Pokemon game.